Hey everybody, this is David Mars with Mars HVAC Services and also Mars HVAC Art Design School. And today I'm just working on a small little house for South Carolina. And I've already inserted the PDF into the background and I scaled the PDF. And then I also began drawing the rooms up. And so I always typically draw the rooms first, then I'll come back and rename them. Just like I always, I do the first floor first, of course, unless there was a basement, because I always get like a nice, good linear progression of a building where the basement's on top here, and then it'll be the first floor, then the second floor, then the third floor. I always like doing that. I don't like having it, first floor, third floor, where it's all just jumbled up. I just don't like the way that looks. Now, granted, sometimes when I'm in a hurry, it could turn out a little bit different than I want it to, but I try not to let that happen. Alright, I believe that is the first floor, so I'm going to start naming the rooms. And I'm also doing little corrections that are needed here and there. And I found that typically after you go through and you draw all your rooms, I like doing it rather quickly, so sometimes it might take a little bit of going back and straightening things up, tidying things up a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and start the windows. Now, I already preset all of my construction values before I started the project. I went through, I set my orientation, I did my load preferences. Those are located right up here. Since there's two windows on the side right there, I'm just going to throw those in there. That's going to be 1.5 and 3.0. is a 3-footer, and the final one is a 2-footer. Now the cool thing about this one is normally there's a decent lag time that happens from the PDFs, and it's not happening with this one right here. I've also found that typically when you get the lag times, it's going to be per a specific company. I really think now that it is because of the way that whatever company that works on it, however they save it, there's got to be more maybe background aspects to it, some attributes that's being saved to it, maybe layers, whatever it is, it's causing it to become an issue and then makes it more difficult to draw. All right, I'm going to rename that first floor. And I'm going to add the second floor in there. Elevation's going to be 9 feet. All right, so we're ready for that. I've got that in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn off my PDF, and I'm going to go ahead and start setting my internal loads. And that's going to get the living room allowance. And we're going to go ahead and, oh, study doesn't get nothing. Foyer doesn't get nothing. All right, and then I got to change the ceiling height to 9 feet. And then I also got to go in and do my duct loads, because this one's going to be enclosed tight. That's correct. That's correct. All right, that's good for that one. Now we are finished with the first floor. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. I'm going to bring that PDF back in, except I'm going to uncheck the building. That way I just see my PDF, and I'm going to put it on the next floor. Alright, so that's just for an optional bedroom area. And so now let's go to the next floor, or the next page, I should say. Now I did have to do some modifications. A lot of times when they save their sheets, for some reason when they save it, they don't put it each sheet like they're exactly the same. So they're a little bit off and they don't sit entirely on top of each other. So normally, sometimes you have to go over and kind of move it and bring it in and get it to where it's going to be on top, like what I just did. A little bit of adjustments here and there, but it's just one of those things you need every once in a while. Then you'll get prints from other architects and engineers, and they fit perfectly on top. Okay, so we have an owner suite. Always make sure you're drawing on the sheet that you want. Oops, I gotta make sure I got both rooms checked now. I'm gonna combine those rooms. There we go. Although I did make a little mistake in there. Alright, let's go ahead and move my edit points up there. And don't forget, I offer WriteSoft classes. I've been teaching WriteSoft since probably about 2001, and in that time, I've seen some of the best ways to teach people, and also I've witnessed some of the worst ways to teach people. But I think I've come up with a really good system that allows people to learn WriteSoft very effectively. It allows you to learn it in a quicker rate of time and allows you to work on it on your time when you have the time. So that way you can make sure that you're capable of watching the video, you're capable of studying, and a lot of times we may have other things in our mind and we just don't have time at the moment to do something, and you're not forced to do it at that exact time. So if you haven't already, go to Mars HVACR Design School. It's also known as HVACR Design School on Facebook. Search for it. When you search for it, go ahead and like that page. Once you like the page, there's an area button that says Learn More. When you click on that, it will take you to the actual online school. And then from the online school, you'll have the options of purchasing classes for ResCheck, classes for WriteSoft, and there's also a bundle for WriteSoft and ResCheck, where if you get both of them at the same time by clicking on that bundle, you save $50. But it's great classes. If you've always wanted to know ResCheck, you know, it's an opportunity for you to be able to learn it quickly and be able to learn it effectively. Right, that's that. Now for a moment, I'm going to take the PDF off, just so I can make sure that, like right there, I got a little room overlapping. And now I'm just going to draw this stuff in. And we can combining some rooms here. There we go. And now I'm just going to rename all the rooms. Combine those two right there. Oh, yep. You can't name them the same thing, so let's go ahead and I'm going to call it A. And B3, walk-in closet. right, now let's go ahead and set our windows in there. Now, the PDF did move a little bit because I accidentally hit it, so that's the reason why we're seeing just a tad bit off there. Let's see, got to make sure I'm drawing on my floor or on the sheet that I need. And let's go ahead and 3 by 6. I'd take the first floor building off because I really don't want to see too much information on here, otherwise it starts getting all jumbled up. Always remember to keep it simple. Yeah, I've seen people that it seems kind of like they make it a justification for what they do to overcomplicate, and it's just not necessary. All right, we're going to continue making our way around. Also, so everybody knows, when I do these videos are segments of me working on the entire house. It's not me showing you the entire house, and I'm not also going to, go through each one and completely train you on it. I just want to show you little examples of how it's all done, what it looks like. Some people get intimidated by software, and with RightSoft, there's no need to. It looks like a lot. It looks like a whole bunch that's going on. But it's not, it's difficult to learn, but it's not impossible. And some people come to me and they're like, oh, I can learn that in just like a couple weeks, and like, oh yeah, I'll be doing good at it. And those are typically the people that I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna do well, yeah, sure, But it's gonna be something that it's gonna take time. It's gonna take practice. And there's gonna be days you're gonna look at it while you're trying to practice, and you're just like, I just don't get this crap. But it's there's a learning aspect to it there that you have to go through. And anybody that says it's easy, well, if you've been doing it for 20 years, yeah, you're going to say it's easy. But is it actually easy? No. It takes a little bit of time. Is it very user-friendly? Oh, yeah. I really like the way RightSoft is set up. I've been a hardcore RightSoft fan since 1999. All right, I'm going to turn off that PDF in the background. Now I'm going to start doing my internals. I'm going to keep it with the same ceiling height. And I'm going to put 2 people in the owner's room. I know some other people say, well, just take that person and put them in other areas where you might need, more internal load. But I like keeping some internal load, in the bedrooms, because I like a bedroom to be, I want it to be bumped up that little bit that it's able to be bumped up, because when I'm sleeping at night, I want to be comfortable in that room, and I want to make sure that whoever's going to be in this area, I want them to be comfortable. The main thing I always tell everybody is, when you're designing a home, make sure to design it of, maybe not your comfort level, but you got to treat it as though, that's going to be your house. You have to do it with the same amount of quality. You wouldn't want your house to be uncomfortable. You wouldn't want your house to, be less than code. You'd want your house to really be a great place, and always remind yourself to do your job the same way. All right, so I finished the second floor, and I believe we are done with that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to hit save. And that is it. We have both floors all together. I'm going to click on that, make sure. Now I'm off on the top floor just a tiny bit right there. I'm going to go ahead and just bring that down. Voice is cracking this morning. All right, there we go. So I'm bringing that down, and now we look good. I like the way that looks. All right, hit save, and we are done. Thank you all for watching.